All right, guys. So it's been a while since I've done a video, and right now is the perfect time. So with the coming collapse that we are likely going to see, the coming recession, it's obviously going to create a great investment opportunity in the stock market, crypto markets more specifically, and I'm going to show you why. So this is kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity, and it's not cheesy at all because it's honestly what it really is. So we are going to go onto a new system. We are getting away from the traditional centralized systems that we have been on for a long time. So the Federal Reserve, large mega corporations, everything is going to be decentralized. A lot of decentralized technology is going to infiltrate into different industries, and it's going to really, really change a lot of the problems that we're seeing. So education. Parents aren't happy with the way their kids are being educated. People don't like the way that banks operate. People don't like the way that governments operate. On down the list, you can just see that these centralized powers, it's not really suiting people and they're not liking it, okay? So this is going to lead to the decentralized revolution. Money is going to be a big part of that, of course, and then blockchain technology is going to, not only be with money, but of course going to be with all kinds of different other things. So let's kind of go into it a little bit. Now, a couple things that we're looking at. So Mark Moss is probably one of the smarter people that I watch, and he recently put out this video, The Global Catalyst Leading to the Decentralized World. Okay, and I'm just going to play this clip of this part here.
Death of trust. And this is the key piece. They're all key pieces, but this is really the key piece, the catalyst that's changing the system. So let me walk you through the death of trust. A couple key pieces right here. Venezuela gold. So if I can't trust my dollars in the bank, Canada found that out the hard way. If I can't trust my money in the system, I have to hold my own gold. But it's not very convenient if I have my gold if I have to pay somebody. So I would hold it in somebody else's vault. So Venezuela had their gold stored in vaults in the UK. But then the UK seized their gold because it was in their vaults. About $2 billion worth of gold was taken from Venezuela. All right, that's the death of trust. Well, I guess I can't trust my gold in someone else's safe. I have to hold it in my own. Afghanistan, their central bank. The central bank had their money in the FX reserve system, and the United States took it. The Biden administration said $7.5 billion in the Afghanistan central bank. We'll take it. All the people in Afghanistan that just got left behind in that war-torn nation when the U.S. just bailed out quickly, all their money was in the bank, and the U.S. just took it. $7.5 billion gone. So the Afghanistan central bank said, well, I can't trust my money there. And then we have the Canadian truckers. The people in Canada found out very quickly that their money is not safe in the bank. If they donated even $25 to a legally protected peaceful protest, they changed the laws in reverse, and now they were kicked out of the financial system, had their bank accounts seized. That created a massive run on the bank. They lost trust. People in Canada said, I can't trust my money in the bank. I'm going to pull my money out. That was a big blow, a death of trust. And then finally, the death blow. We call it the kill shot. The kill shot was the Russian FX accounts. So we found out that there's 3 global superpowers in the world that have nuclear weapons, one of them being Russia, China, and then the US. And Russia just had their bank accounts seized. All the nations of the world were put on notice, okay, maybe it can happen to Venezuela. They're small, they're a bad actor. Maybe it can happen to Afghanistan. They're small, they're a bad actor. Well, shoot, it can happen in Canada. Well, okay, but they're just individual people. And now we just found out that even if you're a global superpower with nuclear weapons, yes, that's right, your bank accounts can get seized as well. And so what we just witnessed is the death of trust. Now,
So from here he goes and talks about, blockchain. But let's take it a step further. I'm predicting, and this is, definitely out in the open as to a possibility that will happen, there's going to be another loss of trust that's going to happen with most people. Okay, and it's already happened to a few different countries around the world recently and in previous years. The next one that's going to happen is a bank bail-in. So after 2008, our government said, and other governments said, okay, there can never be a bail out of the banks. We can never bail out the banks with tax dollars, taxpayer dollars again. but we will let them do a bail-in, okay? And so here it is. The IMF decided in basically 2014 that they will do new bank bail-in laws. A bank bail-in means you have trouble getting your money out of the bank. Another loss of trust. Could it happen? Well, looks like as of recently, U.S. banks prepare for cyber attacks. Okay, could it happen? I don't know, but that would be another loss of trust. Okay, and so that would be another bullish case for blockchain and cryptocurrency, because if you've got your private keys, if I've got it on my ledger device, it is the same as holding this silver bar, okay? You can't take it from me. It's actually one step better, because as long as I remember my private key code, you can't get it. There's no way. You can come and steal this, but I still have it in my possession. It's pretty hard. It's pretty difficult. However, with crypto, if you know your private keys, you have access to it permanently, okay? And you can have it off the system, off the grid, off of the internet, if you want, okay? Of course, you can have it on the exchanges. There's a potential risk there. Lots of exchanges are pretty safe, just FYI. But all of these things happening are huge, okay? So, I mean, think about this. What we did is we sent a message to basically the entire world, okay? When we did this with Russia, when we froze their foreign exchange accounts of US dollars, we just said to every other country that holds US dollars, you better play by our rules, and if you don't, we will freeze your money. Why is any other country going to want to hold US dollars with this risk? They're not. They're going to get out of the dollar as fast as they possibly can. And they have been. So we are now witnessing, it's not going to happen overnight, but this is obviously not bullish for the dollar at all. It is going to hurt it. And it most absolutely will. So, another video here. So Raoul Pal, he is probably one of the smartest guys in finance. And he's somewhat famous for recently putting all of his money into crypto. And he kind of talks about why. And there's some other videos you can go check out. But here he's talking about all of the developments that we're likely going to see in the crypto space here in the next couple years.
And this is wallets, security, in ways that you can't, it's so clunky right now, it's terrifying, moving money from your MetaMask to your Ledger and all of that stuff. That's all going to get solved. The wallet issue is going to get solved.
More user-friendly.
Integrations everywhere is going to get solved. That's all coming. Then we'll see, I think DeFi, we saw the first wave.
User-friendly to get the masses on board.
Everyone's now learning, building. We've got another wave of that to come. That's going to be interesting. I think NFTs have barely started where that's going as a space. The use cases, I think all ticketing is going that way, for example. Because everything is a proof of attendance protocol, tickets, and all sorts of stuff is coming there. And I think the really big one that I talk about all the time, because I'm also involved in building a business involved in this, is social tokens. So we've barely seen them yet, so I talk about them. People go, I don't really know what you're talking about. Bored Ape Yacht Club, well, Yuga Labs, amongst their 3 projects, had about an audience of about, call it 40,000 people. Those 40,000 people owned a bunch of OG assets. Then they launched the Ape token, and the Ape token is worth $3 billion, or $4 billion as of today. Okay, where the hell did that come from? 4 times the size of the original assets? It's because everybody wants to be involved in that community, and this is your currency to be involved. And we haven't started with it.
So, to be in that community, and that's your currency to be involved. Okay, so a lot of things are going to become an asset in the future. This is going to fix money big time, because our problem is it's actually a liability to hold cash. You want to have assets, but the way that we interact with our new world that we're going into, most everything is going to be an asset. So that is going to be huge. Okay, that is another huge change that we're going to see. Again, all based on blockchain.
This is going. Every sports team, every massive pop star, every film, movie franchise, fashion brand, it's all going this way. So the NFT craze we've got now, cut forward to 3 years' time, and we're all going to be talking, Whose networks do we own a part of? Oh my God, I just discovered this pop star. They've just had a massive #1 hit single. My token's gone up 300x. That's the world we're going to go to.
That's exciting. That sounds fun.
Okay, and so it's not all about NFTs, it's about these ecosystems, okay? Like all of these different blockchains that have a purpose, okay? And what is a blockchain? Most people think like, oh, you can't have all these currencies. No, think they're just like stocks, okay? A blockchain is a company. A company had to sit down, come up with the idea, do all the programming to make that blockchain. Blockchains are companies. The coins that represent them are just like shares in a stock, okay? So, but to use these things, to be a part of the network, you have to hold these. So that's a big key difference into, these different uses that we're going to go into is you're going to hold all these different assets, and it's going to be an asset. It's not going to be a liability like cash is currently, okay? It's going to be like money 2.0 in the future. So, so this is enough for part one. I'm going to go into part two, show you some of the charts that we're heading into this collapse, okay? And again, this is the perfect year. Keep your cash on the sidelines. Cash is going to be king. And let's go into it some more. Check out some of the links if you want to get some free crypto. Some of the products that I use down below, definitely check them out. If you have any questions, feel free to comment in the comment section and give me a thumbs up, guys. Alrighty. Also, hit this little bell notification so you get all my videos. I don't post super often, but when I do, I try to keep it as potent a quality as I possibly can. So, alrighty, on to part two.